having a 1-inch reach disadvantage at 71 inches to Schneider's 72. Both guys, that's a pretty long reach here for the bantamweight division.
Absolutely.
Ladies and gentlemen, we will be taking a brief intermission following this fight, our final amateur fight of the night. And this is for the vacant Cage Titans Amateur Bantamweight Championship, scheduled for 5 rounds, 3 minutes apiece. Introducing to you first, in the red corner, undefeated as an amateur at 2-0-1. He stands 5 feet 8 inches tall, and he weighed in at 134 pounds. From Boston, Massachusetts, by way of Karnataka, India, he's representing Broadway Jiu-Jitsu. Make some noise for Ash, the White Tiger Rao. And now, introducing his opponent across from him in the blue corner, also undefeated at 3 victories with no defeats. He stands 5 feet 9 inches tall, and he weighed in at 134 pounds. From Newington, Connecticut, he's representing Nitsu MMA. Let's hear it for Cain, the Mailman Schneider. When the action begins, our referee in charge of this amateur title fight, brought to you by Wicked Muay Thai, is Tommy Santana.
Let's go.
Shout out to Josh Hagloff and Wicked Muay Thai for sponsoring this fight. I got so amped up in there, forgot to read the back of my card. They get set red tape for Cain Schneider. I'm sorry, red tape for Ash Rao, blue tape for Cain Schneider. Both are wearing black trunks.
Great takedown out of Ash Rao there.
Schneider working behind that jab, but it wasn't enough to keep that takedown off.
Schneider hold on to a neck while Ash is working in half guard here.
Passing to the right side is Ash Rao thus far.
Tight pass, he's got that body lock. That's tough to deal with.
I mean, like I said in the earlier fights, I just love the top half guard position. It's a great place where you can just almost not chill, but you know, work your game, keep him controlled, land some little shots. But Cam's using a good job of just keeping Ash Rao's posture down and not letting him do that.
Ash has got that arm now, though. Lets it go for the head control. Especially when the bottom guy has those legs crisscrossed. I mean, they're basically holding you on top of them at that point.
Yeah.
It really is an ideal position for MMA. And this high half where he can really rain down some punches from.
Oh man, Ash Rao's doing a great job. He just shoved Cam's arm up. Now he's on back, raining big right hands.
He's got that Dagestani handcuff with the left arm that's helping control the posture and drag Schneider back to the mat. Also giving him opportunities to land good ground and pound. Schneider gritting out of it, but good dive down back on a single leg from Ash, who's just keeping this chain wrestling attack going.
Big shots. That's some great awareness out of Ash Rao to not give up position. He's going right back to the singles, going to run the pipe again and finish for a third takedown, it seems.
And he gets it.
Schneider tried to crossface there, just again, not enough. Rao is relentless with these takedowns.
Schneider posting on his face here, using it to work up with the wall.
Dragged back down.
Committed to the body lock there. Now he's working for that Dagestani again. Just trying to just put him through a blender here.
It's just like stuck in quicksand right now is Cain Schneider with the pressure of Ash Rao, just relentless with the redirects back to the mat. Looked like he was trying to pass for an arm triangle, but no, just posturing and looking for ground and pound right here. Great patience and economic selection of shots from Ash Rao.
Wow, those hips just sitting on the legs. Beautiful work.
Ooh, better watch those up kicks. Watch those up kicks.
That up kick might have grazed through, but Ash Rao with the top pressure and ground and pound was the story of round one.
Yeah, his grappling is supreme.
See if we can get a listen in the corner of Cam Schneider here.
Breathe, breathe, breathe. All right, you got to keep the back or the hip to the fence, okay? If he's getting you down, make sure you get the whizzer, okay? Okay, make sure you get the whizzer. Okay, get that knee to the fence. Okay, he's trying to collect that knee. Make sure you get your knee to the fence and keep that whizzer tight. Okay, high risk on that whizzer. Okay, and make sure you get back to the feet. You got to crack him early. Okay, you got to hurt him on the feet. And then if you get that crossface sprawl, okay, sprawl hard, heavy hips down. Keep your hips all the way down with that crossface until he stops driving, then look to spin, okay? All right, you need to stay strong in those positions, okay? And if you're on your back, you need to just try to defend, okay? Okay, try not to let him pass, okay? All right.
Sound advice from the corner of Cam Schneider. A very grueling round from him, but they were giving him good advice on how to keep that composure and how imperative it is for him to not find himself in that position. Again, Ash clear grappling advantage in that regard. But we'll see what kind of adjustments he can make in action. Cain Schneider comes out swinging big, and Ash Rao diving under for a double off of the pressure strikes from Cain Schneider.
Yeah, the corner was trying to make it an absolute priority to defend these takedowns. And he did it on the first attempt, but Ash was just so experienced, man. He went right in for a second shot. And that's what kind of makes these championship title fights a little bit different, man. They look like they're ready to be here. That second shot attempt, you know, that just comes from different experience levels from prior fights. Good head pressure out of Ash Rao.
Ooh, steps over in the mount, wonderful.
Might pay off to suck him back towards the middle of the cage to get him completely flat here. Yeah, that wrist ride is nice. Double boots.
Looking to flatten right on the neck.
It's under the chin, it looks like. Cain Schneider might have gotten a wrist in there just in time, but it looked like that was a bite from Ash Rao.
Cam Schneider's got a shake here, but Ash is doing a great job at staying under both arms.
Yeah, he's still a little high, but Ash able to keep the weight at least centered enough to bring Cain Schneider down with him, even though he's tripoding quite nicely.
He's still got that handcuff on the right side.
Yeah, and I think that had to have done a lot to keep him in position right there. Like you said, doing a great job of staying under the arms. Positional awareness from Ash Rao, keeping him in this dominant position.
Yeah, this is some high-level positional awareness, man. There's been plenty of times in this fight where he's felt like he's going to lose position, and he resorts going and to give up a certain position to go back to a more dominant one. It's really impressive to see.
Positional maintenance with tricky maneuvers from Ash Rao. Because Cain Schneider doing everything right in terms of tripoding up and trying to shuck the high back guard off. Pure grappling dominance from Ash Rao through 2 rounds so far.
Super patient, just peppering him, waiting for that neck to open up. Like a true white tiger.
I love it.
Looks like Cam Schneider just trying to figure out a way to scrape him off to one side. Cage wall only gives him one way to go, though.
He's going to ride out this round.
Certainly 2 rounds in the books for Ash Rao.
Yep, 2 up for Ash.
Can Schneider hang on like this and then in the later rounds start to take over? We saw Peter Barrett do something similar to Joe Giannetti just recently at the pro ranks.
There's always an opportunity to change the tide. Let's see if they got any new advice in the corner of Cain Schneider.
Ash Rao just very economical with his movements. And then when he does use strength or power, it's like you don't even see it on his face. He's using strength and power, dragging Schneider around, but he doesn't seem to be gassing in any way.
Yeah, his corner's giving him a little bit more technical advice this time around. Instead of saying defend the takedown, they're giving him some real technical advice here to try to eliminate some grips that Ash had and to get out of some of the control positions.
Back in the center, action going. Nice front kick up the middle from Cain Schneider. He's got to do something to get himself into this fight.
That was a nice right hand. I
Yeah,
like the front kick too because it's a threat. It's harder to shoot a takedown if they're afraid of that foot coming up.
Great entry though from Ash Rao, really deep on a single.
Yeah, his timing is so good.
And the distance he covers. He gets really low in that attempt.
Yep, Cam's doing an all right job so far, man, defending these takedowns.
This is the longest defense that he's shown, I believe.
There it is, though.
Rao gets it. He's eating a little bit for his troubles, but he's in a great spot.
Yeah, now he's got the Dagestani mermaid position here. Got the legs tied up.
Dagestani mermaid?
You like that, huh?
I do.
Yeah, Schneider's got to get to swimming.
That's outstanding. I like that. Did you come up with that on your own?
No, I heard
He's more of a merman, really.
Curtis Blades or someone who cornered Jay Perrin when he came here.
Who cornered Jay Perrin when he came here?
I don't know. I heard it from him.
Chris Curtis?
Chris Curtis.
There you
Chris
go.
Curtis. Thank you.
Dagestani mermaid. I like it. Oh, looks like a armbar setup is coming to fruition here. Ash Rao looking in perfect position to swing that right leg around. I don't know what kind of bite he's got. It looks like he's around the neck from here.
He's got maybe like a gift wrap. His left foot was trapped in a quarter guardish.
He's softening him up with ground and pound, looking to isolate that arm, but Cain Schneider taking it and still staying aware.
Just complete dominance out of Ash here with all these positions.
And like, even though these choke attempts aren't really going under the chin, just that forearm slicing across your facial bones, your nose, your cheek. Doesn't look like much on TV, but it'll change your life if you're sitting at home and have never experienced some other man's forearm squeezing your skull like that. So that's it might not be the ground and pound, but it's surely work that Ash Rao is putting in as he's grinding those bones across the face of Cain Schneider.
It drives anxiety too. When somebody's close to a submission, it just, your awareness gets heightened, your adrenaline pumps a little more, and it takes an awful lot out of you when you start defending those near subs.
And for the first time, momentum shifts in favor of Cain Schneider. Short time to work, but he's making the most of it.
He is going for it right now, but he's in a bit of a triangle situation. Oh, it's locked.
Oh,
Seconds left.
Triangle.
Seconds.
Saved
Wow.
by the bell. Wow, another great round from Ash Rao. The heart that Cain Schneider has. The second he explodes out of dominant pressure, he explodes into hellacious ground and pound, knowing that he's got to go for broke. I love that out of a fighter who's down, but Ash Rao, even though he had the tide turn on him, still has the wherewithal to go for that triangle. Great round.
And his far leg was trapped in under the body as well, and he was able to swivel that out and then put that triangle on. I mean, this kid has grappling prowess, second to very few, if any.
Yeah, man, Cam Schneider, too, it's so fortunate for him at the end of the round to have that happen to him. Now he's got a little bit of momentum to get into these championship rounds and really try to take the momentum and turn it into his own fortune here.
This is what he needed. He needed that shift.
Okay? Find a big shot. All right, but you gotta go. All right, but you gotta go for it, okay? Everything you got. Yes. And keep the distance. Keep the distance, okay? Keep the distance. Let's go. Hey, you're not.
Great sound advice from the corner. They're not mincing any words when it comes to the young pupil and Cain Schneider. They're saying you got to go for broke. You're down 3 rounds. You definitely have to go for it and go for the finish. So I love that sound advice. They like what they see out of him when he does have the opportunity to go for broke, but it's do or die now for Cain Schneider. Ash Rao with 3 rounds in the bag.
Oh, he checked that low kick. I didn't feel good.
Shin to shin there.
That uppercut, he's been throwing that uppercut plenty of times in this fight. It finally landed right there for Cam Schneider.
And that right hand landed behind it, I think, and Rao might be hurt.
Those are big shots, and that made him shoot.
Rao working towards the back, but that was just keeping him in front.
Staying true to the wizard, then a bit of a 50-50 dogfight here.
He fights it.
And he rolls through,
wow.
keeps the momentum going. Very nicely done.
Great grappling skills by Rao right there.
It seemed like Rao set him up for that and stayed 3 steps ahead. Just a grappling chess move on display right there from Ash Rao.
Absolutely.
A classic jiu-jitsu.
Oh,
You're
here's the
using
grip
your
again.
opponent against themselves.
Exactly.
Man, we got to keep talking about that wrist control. He's staying very true to it, and it makes it so hard for Cain Schneider to get into his own advantageous position or to get out. It's really top-level stuff he's doing here. It's the little things.
Yeah, Schneider wants to build up on his arms, but he doesn't have access to that right arm in most of these exchanges.
It's really impressive, man.
Oh, is that a good bite on the neck? It looks like it might be on the chin, but sometimes that's enough.
He's on the side now.
Cain Schneider, I mean, it's never something a fighter aspires to put on display, but the heart and grit that he is putting on display right now. Utter dominance coming from Ash Rao, but there's not an ounce of quit, and Cain Schneider's got
big
full
shots.
gift wrap and still finds an inch to explode out as he smells the referee coming closer.
The mailman is really a great nickname. I don't know if he is a mailman or not, but through rain and snow and sleet and so on, this dude just keeps on fighting.
I love that analogy. That's perfect. That is exactly what he's going through. He's fighting through so much adversity, and here's another big choke attempt from Ash Rao, looking like it's on the chin, but Schneider fighting the grips, never saying die.
One thing I like that Ash Rao was kind of doing there, for a second at least, now he's resorting to the wrist control, which I still love, is that he had one arm around the chin, and then he tried to switch it off by cross-facing the other arm to raise his face up to maybe slip in his other arm under the chin.
Yeah, he's constantly swimming on both sides, looking for that neck, looking to make an opening.
And like I said, it might not look like much on television, but that forearm just grinding across your skull bones is excruciating enough, and certainly constitutes work in my book.
Softening him up to the body there. I feel like that arm is getting closer and closer to being under the chin for a short choke here.
Might be. He's going palm to palm, and it's on the chin, but you can cut the blood off on that kind of grip. But Cain Schneider, the toughness on full display, and the message that his corner had in between round 3 and 4 is going to be doubly important going into round 5, because he's clearly down 4 rounds to none.
No doubt.
Needs a finish in this next 3 minutes or less. And Ash Rao, very comfortable dictating the pace of the fight once he gets on top. He's done it 4 rounds in a row. There hasn't been an answer yet. Ash Rao pitching a shutout.
All over the back.
Ash Rao making a statement here too, standing in between rounds. He ain't tired, he's been here before.
I think he just stays so calm that his heart rate probably barely elevates in these situations.
Right.
I bet his cardio workouts are harder than this.
Cain Schneider, man, he's going to throw everything in the kitchen sink at him in this round. I'd have to believe, man. He's down 4-0, like we said. He needs a finish.
And he's becoming out aggressive with the hands, trying to take Ash Rao's head off. Maybe hold off a little bit. Maybe feint, maybe come in aggressive with a feint-based nature to try to set up that uppercut as Ash dips underneath, because it's been that story of the fight round after round after round. You know what Ash Rao is looking for. He hasn't shown you anything different. So go broke with a little bit of subterfuge attack, maybe pay dividends for Cain Schneider, but who knows what he's got left in the tank. He's battled a true war of attrition to be at this point in the fight by just refusing to be finished. And Ash Rao just looking flawless in this performance.
Yeah, man, well, it's no secret what Ash Rao's going to be coming out to do here. Let's see if he finally has an answer for it.
That single leg.
And there it is, a little bit less telegraph on the punches, a little shorter, and he hurt Ash Rao.
Oh my God! Big shots! Ash Rao in on a double here.
That could have been crazy, but Ash Rao still back on the single, and he gets the takedown again.
We got to work up right now if we're Schneider. Now is our chance. If we get any more flat, it's just going to be harder.
Use the cage while you're there. Your back's flat up against it. Post up and fight inches from those hips. But Ash Rao just wet blanket mode.
Yeah, it just saps the energy out of him.
And there's really no reason for Rao to take any risks here. He knows he's ahead. He can just kind of ride this out, beat him up, look for that choke.
And he's not stalling.
That's great.
He's
hits
always
there.
passing, chipping away with shots, trying the gift wrap, raking forearms across the chin, across the face. There's always some sort of pain deliverance coming from Ash Rao, which is a beautiful thing to watch. Looks like Cain trying to play with feet here and get an ankle lock. Limited leg attacks at the amateur ranks, even for title fights.
Yeah, what do they have? Straight ankle locks as an amateur?
Knee
Totally
bar, I
fine.
think.
You can go knee bar, you can hyperextend, but you cannot reap the knee, as in contort the ligaments by manipulating the heel.
Man, Ash Rao is just a very intelligent fighter. You can see it. He's really controlling the feet first to get more inside, eliminating all this Cam Schneider's frames.
No quitting Cain Schneider, and seemingly no gaps in the game plan of Ash Rao.
Just smothering here now, making it uncomfortable.
And in the couple of moments where Cain Schneider started putting the hurt on Ash Rao, he handled it flawlessly.
Cam Schneider's got to ditch that half guard and stop trying to hold him down with that leg there and really try to work out here. Because with 50 seconds left in the round, he needs something big.
So impressed with Ash Rao's diligence, the consistency of his game plan execution, and I'm equally impressed. Oh, look at this, the last
That's
seconds.
what he needs. He's got 30 seconds to work if he wants to take this belt home.
And a big hammer fist. Like I said, no quit in this Cain Schneider kid.
If he can pull this off.
Ash Rao trying to keep him away with some legs here.
It's moments like this that make this as close of a fight as it is, for as one-sided as it was. Because no matter what, the odds against him, this is what Cain Schneider has in the tank right here. Down 5 rounds, not an ounce of quit in him. Both of these guys showed the complete display of what it takes to be a mixed martial artist on two completely opposite sides of a coin, performance-wise. A barn burner in terms of momentum shifts, maybe not, but in terms of just digging deep and execution from both of these guys, you're not going to see a better display. I love these amateur title fights.
No, Schneider's coach just came in the cage and said, "Hey, I fucking love you." Like, if that doesn't scream everything that we were just saying, I don't know what does.
Yeah, man, that's awesome. You love to see that.
That's what these moments, you know.
They had some camaraderie there, the two of them right there. They just threw fisticuffs at him for 5 rounds to give himself a big hug, showing respect both sides. And man, the biggest takeaways that I'm seeing here is Ash Rao is just as composed as they come. It really shows that, you know, in my opinion, maybe he wants to stick around a little bit longer. He has only had 3 fights in his 4th fight as an amateur, but from what I saw, it looks like he's ready for the pros. And Cam Schneider, man, there's no quitting him. Any chance he had to explode and get on top, he did with perseverance. The times he was on top, he was doing his absolute best to rain down some heavy shots. And yeah, what a fight, man.
Rao, definitely, his takedowns and his jiu-jitsu, beyond pro.
Absolutely. What a fight. Continuing that 135 amateur championship lineage of just being absolute badasses in there, man, honestly.
Ladies and gentlemen, keep it going for these two. After 5 rounds of action, we go to the judges' scorecards for a decision. With scorecards of 49-45, 50-43, and 50-43, we have your winner by unanimous decision and new amateur bantamweight champion, Ash the White Tiger Rao.
Ash Rao, the next fighter to claim the 135 amateur championship belt, and very well deserving, man. That was a great performance out of him. All 5 rounds. Shows he belongs here. And shows he's, you know, the top of the division here at Cage Titans in the Emmy ranks.
Yeah, it's going to have to be a well-rounded martial artist to be able to take him out, I'll tell you.
Absolutely.
That's going to be tough to find.
Johnny with the interview. Johnny's going in for the interview, and then we're taking an intermission. Folks at home at Spectation Sports, we will see you back in a few minutes. Love you too, Tyler.
I'm here with your winner, Ash Rao. My man, unbelievable that those grappling exchanges, some of the highest level we've seen here in the amateur ranks. Tell me something about your training that you were doing for this leading up to it.
I trained with some monsters at the gym. People are lucky they don't fight because they could kill everyone. I'm just happy my team is kind enough to let me train with them. JC gets mad at me all the time, but it's all love. My team is great. My employers are great. My family, thank you all so much. I try to be as technical as I can, and I hope to improve on that aspect.
They're technical as they come. We were talking in the booth about how much that this bantamweight title means and how many great fighters have held it. How does it feel to be one of those great fighters tonight?
I'm not great yet, by any means. I'm just going to try and get, as good as I can. It's a great way to spend my Saturday, Thank you.
Absolutely the best. Do you have anybody that you are going to be looking for to hunt as the White Tiger? Who would you like next to defend this title against?
I don't like calling out names mostly because I suck at remembering names. I'm just going to keep training with the big man there. Things that I'm ready to fight again, I'm going to fight again.
Awesome. I can't wait to see it. Everyone, your winner, Ash Rao.